At about 2 o'clock in the morning, I got a phone call that no case lead ever wants to get. The threat actor had deployed the ransomware payload and encrypted virtually all of the client's environment, including all of their viable backups. The client's systems were locked up and their business was at a halt. My name is Ben Chase, and I'm a principal consultant with Unit 42 at Palo Alto Networks. Our client noticed that there was unauthorized software running on one of their servers that looked really suspicious, being that it was a cloud-based file sharing software. They started looking around, they noticed it on a few other servers, and at that point they realized they had a real problem. That's when they called Unit 42. And about 2 o'clock in the morning, I got a text message and a phone call that said, "Call me right away, we need to get the client on the phone. Their network's locked up." Threat actor launched the ransomware payload and encrypted virtually all of the client's environment, including all of their viable backups. So at that point, we shifted away from investigation to response. It ended up being Black Hat ransomware, and Black Hat at the time was very new, and there was not a lot known about it. We had almost 40 people working in our investigation team, all in sync, constantly providing updates, keeping everybody up to date as to what was happening within the investigation. The embedded threat intel team was very effective at getting the information that was out there and putting it in the hands of our investigators, allowing them to pivot and find more information about what the threat actor was doing, where they had gone, and what they had taken. When we had an initial dialogue with the threat actor, they started reciting parts of the client's insurance policy. We knew at that point the threat actor clearly had been in the environment long enough to understand the client and what they were capable of paying. We advised the client that we wanted to deploy Cortex XDR throughout their entire environment so that we could get the visibility we need to understand, was there a threat actor still in the environment? What were they doing? What did they access? We concluded negotiations, they made a payment. And then at that point, one of our investigators found a suspicious binary that was sitting in a Windows directory that doesn't normally belong in. So we took it into a malware analysis VM and decided pretty quickly that we had a keylogger on our hands. Once we found the keylogger, we realized that the level of credential theft that was going on was significantly higher than just Active Directory. We had to get everybody on the phone, the client counsel, the executive team, just let them understand the gravity of credential theft that we were seeing. One of the executives piped up and said, "How are we ever going to trust our environment again?" I said, "You're not going to be able to get back to a level of comfort and safety in this environment. Best option at this point is to burn down your AD forest and start over. Build a new environment that you built from the ground up that you can trust, that the threat actor hasn't been in at all." Everybody went silent on the phone, and I think everybody was just taking in that message and understanding and finally grasping just how serious the situation was for them. One good thing that came out of this whole circumstance for the client is that we were able to educate them on a lot of the gaps and holes in their organization, both in policy and process, so that they understood at that point what they needed to do to bring the organization forward. They've been working with our proactive services team ever since to perform that transformation and come out of this circumstance a lot stronger.